There are going to be weeks when email marketing is the last thing you want to think about. Maybe you're going on holiday, maybe you're overwhelmed with work, maybe you're sick, or maybe you just need to take a break. The thing is, most people think that taking a break means that email marketing has to stop too. That is not the case. Being consistent with email marketing doesn't have to mean constantly creating something new. It's about building systems that keep showing up for your audience even when, and especially when, you can't. When I was in Morocco recently, I regularly woke up to sales, and yet I didn't send one marketing email. I woke up to sales not once, not twice, but regularly. And like I said, I wasn't spending my days writing newsletters. I was wandering the souks. I was drinking mint tea on rooftops. And no, I wasn't secretly squeezing in writing sessions between excursions. I wasn't hiding away in my Riyadh sending emails. Those sales happened because the work had already been done. I'd already written the right emails. I'd already built the right systems. So in this video, I am going to share the 4 low effort emails you can rely on whenever you need to step away from email without stepping away from your subscribers. 1. Resend your greatest hits. You know your top performing emails. You know the bangers, the ones that had people responding and replying to your newsletter, the ones that started up a conversation in your inbox, the ones that people couldn't stop talking about, the ones that they shared with other people, the ones that people were DMing you about. Those are your top performers. And if you're not sure about your top performing emails, you can easily check your open rates, your click rates, and see which ones have the highest stats. Once you've found your top performing emails, I want you to resend them. Literally just resend them. And I know what you're thinking. You are thinking, that's a little bit repetitive. Like, what if people get bored? What if people start unsubscribing? Like, what if my subscribers get annoyed that I'm resending an email that I've already sent? Here's the thing. Even if you have the most amazing open rate, which might be like 50%, which is pretty unheard of, but let's say that is the case. Only 50% of your subscribers have read the email. There's still another 50% of your email list that hasn't. So those people will want to read it. The next thing to consider is that it's not an annoyance, actually. If it's a really great email, some people will be happy to read it again. The other thing is that most people won't even remember it. Have a think about how many emails you get in your inbox a day, how many emails you read a day. Now times that by 7 for the week, now times that by 4 for the month. Like, you are reading a lot of emails. I promise you the majority of your subscribers are not remembering the exact content of every email. And the other thing to consider is, I don't want you to try to trick your subscribers. I'm not saying this is a cheat code. I'm saying you can literally tell your subscribers, hey, this month, I'm on holiday, so I'm going to be resending my top performing emails. It might be of this year, it might be ever. So if it's not a new email, don't pretend it's new. Let them know you got nothing to hide. Someone who's done this really, really well is an attorney turned business owner, Sam van der Wielen. She actually created a whole series of her greatest hits where she sent out 4 emails back to back of her best performing emails. And I was one of the people who had never read this greatest hit, and I really enjoyed it. And like I said, she just let her subscribers know at the top of the newsletter and then went ahead and posted the email as it was sent. Quick reminder, if you are repurposing email content like this, you just want to check that everything is up to date, that your links are still working, that your call to action is relevant, and that everything still makes sense. But 95% of it is going to be left completely untouched, and it's going to be a really nice, easy email for you to send. 2, sell something. Your email list exists to make you money. So let's sell something. If you already have an existing offer, product, service, I want you to remind your subscribers that they can buy this thing from you, or that they can hire you to do X thing. And most importantly, I want you to remind them of why it's valuable to them, how it's going to change their life or add value to their life. And then finally, I want you to direct them to where they can give you money, like the literal direct link. Here's where you give me money, okay? A lot of the time, people feel a little apprehensive about selling. So they kind of hedge it around stories and long emails. It doesn't need to be. You can send a direct email saying, hey, I sell this thing. This is how it's gonna help you. Here's where to buy it. And where this gets really easy is if you have existing sales emails that you've already sent. If perhaps you've sold this thing during a launch period or a campaign, you can just reuse an existing email. Make sure it's a top performing one, make sure it's one that actually brought you conversions, and then send it again so it can bring you more conversions and more sales. If a direct sales email isn't what you want to do, here's something else you can do. I highly recommend you use a super signature. So even if your newsletter is just you telling stories or, I don't know, entertaining, inspiring, teaching, you can turn that value email into a sales email in a really subtle, simple way by adding a super signature at the bottom of your email. So basically that's just a list of offers that takes people through your offers and directs them to your offers as well. Sam van der Wielen also does this really well. So I'm going to show you an example of how she does it, and you'll see that she just lists through her offers so people always know how they can give her money and how they can learn from her or buy from her. 3, create a roundup of your best performing content. So maybe you don't want to send a greatest hits email. Maybe instead you want to send a roundup of your best performing content. That means having one email that links out to several great pieces. And remember, people love a good roundup, especially when it comes to top performing this and top performing that, because there's an element of like social, psychological stuff going on there, an element of social proof. If you are sending me a list of your top performing content, that means it's already been tried and tested. I don't need to waste my time figuring out if this is any good. I don't need to wonder if it's going to be any good. It's already been tested. Lots of people have listened or viewed or downloaded or done whatever. So that means I'm probably gonna like it too. And that's why we have like the view count on YouTube videos. You're more likely to watch a video with loads of views because you know that loads of other people have watched it and enjoyed it. Same with roundups of best performing content. So as someone who puts out loads of different types of content, I would do this in 3 different ways. So first, for my newsletter, I'd send one email rounding up the top performing newsletters of the year, and I would literally just link out to each of them. Now, when you use an email service provider like Kit, you can link out to past newsletters that you've sent. It's really handy, so highly recommend using Kit for great little features like that. Head over to emancopycode.com/Kit if you want to find out more about Kit. I also have a podcast called Mistakes That Made Me. It's a multi-award winning podcast where I ask extraordinary business owners to share their biggest business mistake so you know what not to do on your road to success. Now, with the podcast, I know what the top performing episodes are because I have the download stats. But on top of that, it's about the flurry of conversation that an episode creates online. So whether people are sending DMs, whether they're screenshotting the podcast episode and tagging me in their stories, whether they're replying to my email or commenting on maybe Spotify, I know which podcast episodes went down well. So I'm gonna do a roundup of the top performing podcast episodes. It might be 1 to 3, it might be 1 to 5, it might be the top 10 ever. And of course, I would do a roundup email for this YouTube channel. So I would share maybe my 3 top performing videos and send that out as a roundup email too. And just invite people to engage with the video. Watch the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And that's just with the different mediums of content that I play with. You might have a blog post, you might have a Substack. You can do this with any type of content that you want. And if you don't create your own content, maybe you want to share a roundup of other people's content that you're enjoying, that you know your subscribers will also enjoy. So who are the content creators that you're listening to, that you're learning from? Whose writing are you reading? Who do you want your subscribers to know about? Share their content as a roundup instead. It's also great because it gives subscribers an idea of who you are and what you enjoy, and it creates another connection point with you. 4, ask for a favor. With this email, you want to ask subscribers to help you with something. Ideally, it's going to be one favor, just one question. You don't want to overwhelm them. And of course, you're more likely to actually get them to do the thing if you're only asking them for one thing, right? Now, you can ask them for anything you want. It really depends on what's going on with you and what kind of help you need, what kind of help you're looking for. If you are struggling, for example, to grow your list, and that is a priority for you, maybe you ask your subscribers to share a testimonial if they really enjoy your newsletter. That way you can share those testimonials and put them on the sign up page for your newsletter and attract other people to join your newsletter too. Or if you're struggling for content ideas and you just don't really know what to say anymore, this is a really good opportunity to ask your subscribers to tell you what they want from you. So you can either ask them, what are you struggling with right now in whatever your field or industry is? For me, it'd be what are you struggling with in your email marketing right now? Or you can ask them, what do you want to hear from me? What content do you want me to explore? And then watch the replies come in. Take those replies, save them somewhere, because now you have a bunch of content ideas, a bunch of newsletter ideas that you can start writing when you're back from your break. This kind of email can literally be 3 lines long. It doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be detailed. Literally like, hey, first name, today I'm asking you for a favor. Favor. That's it. That's it. That's how easy and fast and simple this one can be. So those are the 4 low effort email ideas that you can keep coming back to whenever you need to take a step away from your email marketing. Hopefully you've realized this really isn't about doing less. It's actually about doing more with what you already have. When you have emails that you can rework and resend, when you have content you can repurpose, and when you have offers that you can always sell, you don't have to disappear from your subscribers every time you want to take a break from creating new newsletter content. You can keep showing up for your audience, you can keep making sales, and you can still give yourself permission to take time off. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably love this one next. I share how I'm using AI to improve my email systems and processes, to make my email marketing more effective, to get it done faster, all without outsourcing my creative thinking, creative work, or creative writing. I'll see you over there, and if you haven't already, don't forget to click the subscribe button.